might be confusing being with your emotions and being totally present in the moment with being controlled and run by them. And if you're a highly sensitive person or an empath, it's actually really easy to confuse the two. So being with your emotions means having the capacity and the presence to witness how emotions affect you and when they enter and leave your system. It means being open to them and noticing how they come in and what happens as they are traversing your nervous system and mind, and even recognizing the thought patterns that fly around when that emotion is activated in you. Being controlled by your emotions means that you experience an intense, unexpected wave of feelings that compels you to react strongly and with a heightened sense of uncontrollability. It's marked by the suddenness of feeling, like a surge of emotions unexpectedly, and the experience of feeling something that others around you don't seem to be experiencing but should be according to you. Being controlled is overwhelm and flooded nervous system and an inability to tolerate any more of that same feeling. One is emotional intelligence, the other is a naturally inherited emotional sensitivity, or sometimes a trauma response and an unconscious survival instinct. One can be developed, while the other may be a conditioned or unconscious behavior that you've come to believe is a permanent flaw or just who you are and nothing can be done about it. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a natural human response to reflect the emotions of other people and to respond emotionally to the stories we hear, but there is another way to do it besides being controlled by emotions when they flood your system. Being with your feelings leads to learning and understanding who you are when you are angry or upset or overwhelmed or overjoyed even. And it leads to loving and appreciating your sensitivity because you are not being bombarded by feelings and caught off guard by some heartfelt response to a random commercial or a movie or a memory or an idea. So how do you tell the difference? Well, you don't really learn to tell the difference. You learn to have more capacity to tolerate feelings without succumbing to overwhelm. So it's a learning curve. You develop being with, the practice of being with, and it pulls you out of being controlled by. And it comes from things like therapeutic practices and age and life experiences, honestly, like you will mature naturally over time. But you can expedite the process with videos like this one and reflective practices like paying attention to your dreams, going to therapy, meeting with a spiritual director regularly. I spent most of my life being controlled by my emotions until I finally learned to be with them instead. And the very best, most transformative tool for me was learning to listen to, reflect on, and find the meaning in my dreams. And now I've mastered it as a tool, and I teach others like me how to do the same for themselves. My feelings became my informant, not my boss. And my sensitivity became my strength, but not in the cliche 20-second social media way that glosses over the work that it took me to get there. My sensitivity is critically important and useful to me, my community, and the world. And so my dream life is also critically important. If you already have a method that's helping you move out of being controlled by your feelings and into being with them, then I am so glad it's working, because the world needs more people who are strong and mature and sensitive in it. And if you need help or want more direction, follow along, look at my other content. There's plenty of it. And if you want to do something right now, grab a session with me on my scheduler so that we can get into the details of your experiences. I'm Sweet Georgia Pam. I hope this has been helpful. Sweet dreams.